But first, our top story. Delayed for more than 3 weeks because of the government shutdown. We finally got the U.S. jobs report for September, and they, well, weren't that great. The U.S. added 148,000 jobs, 30,000 less than what economists had expected. The unemployment rate did fall, though, to 7.2%. September's report also showed that higher-paying sectors like constructions were adding jobs at a good pace. But the question is, what about the highly educated workers who've been pounding the pavement? For them, they're looking for jobs, and CCTV's Sean Callebs spent the morning with one unemployed expert who's using a, well, pretty odd way of getting a job. Take a look.
This is not a joke, and it's no stunt. It's the face of desperation in a job market that is anything but healthy.
I had a very interesting lead last week.
His name is Matthew Giarmo, and he has a doctorate degree from Kansas State University. And those driving into Washington, D.C. may have seen him during morning rush hour, pleading for a job, willing to put his PhD to work for $75,000 a year.
And I realized if I were to carry something like that out, there are a number of drawbacks. I would certainly have to reach a tipping point, a point of desperation.
Giarmo and his sign hit the street again today as the U.S. unveiled its latest unemployment numbers. The U.S. say the jobless rate is now at 7.2%. That is the lowest number in 5 years.
We've had a private sector that's really led the recovery throughout this past year. So we've had things like the Eurozone crisis, the sequester, the shutdown, the brinksmanship, and throughout it, we've continued to see the private sector adding jobs.
But critics say it is easy to make numbers and stats say anything and sound positive. Consider this. This past month, the U.S. created 148,000 new jobs.
I'll take your pre-registration form.
That's 50,000 fewer than expected. That is no surprise to unemployed Matthew Giarmo. He likes to quote a different statistic.
Only 44.7% of working-age Americans has a full-time job. So there are a lot of people out there who are misemployed or who are making ends meet by doing part-time work or have more than one part-time job. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Giarmo continues to get leads, and hopefully something will pan out soon.
Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice.
If not, he and his 2-year-old son and wife will soon be forced to move in with his in-laws. Still, if nothing turns up, he will stick with his very public lobbying effort.
At the very least, it may raise consciousness about a problem a lot of people want to ignore if they're aware of, at all.
That's not to say Giarmo doesn't get frustrated and discouraged. Words and phrases such as sequestration, government shutdown, and fiscal cliff have pushed him to the edge. At best, all he can hope for is when his non-conventional job search wraps up, Giarmo will have a great story to tell. Sean Callebs, CCTV in Washington.